Good morning. Welcome to IXL again. I know it's your favorite. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, but right now this is the best way for me to know if you're understanding or not. So I will try it too, and maybe it will help you. Okay, you pick a card at random without putting the first card back. So remember, you're looking for the clues from last week. Is it going to be independent or dependent? When I'm not going to put the first card back, that means I know it's dependent and my second probability is going to be different. So now we're going to pick a second card. What is the probability of picking a 6 and then picking a 5? So we're doing two separate things. And whenever you're doing two separate things, you're going to multiply. Okay, so picking a 6 is 1 out of 3, right? Here's a 6. There's 1 6 out of 3. But I'm not going to put that back. So if I do pick it, I'm not going to put it back. So right now there's only 2 cards left, 5 and 7. So I want to pick a 5. So there's 1 5, but now they are only 2. And you should be able to do this multiplication pretty quick. 1, I was going to say 5. Oh my God, that's terrible. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, 1 out of 6. Yay! Okay. You roll a 6-sided die 2 times. What is the probability of rolling a 2 and a 5? So this is going to be independent because nothing about the die is going to be different the second time you roll it. You can roll it a million times. The probability is always going to be the same. So rolling a 2 is 1 out of 6. Rolling a 5 on your second time is also going to be 1 out of 6. There's only multiply it together, and I get 1 out of 36. Yay! Let's see. I'm trying to make this faster. I know I was very slow last time. You flip a coin twice. Again, dependent, nothing's different. I want to get heads and then tails. It's going to be 1/2, right? Probability of getting heads is 1/2. The probability of getting tails is 1/2. Multiply that together, and you are going to get 1/4. Yay! Pick a card at random without putting it back. We're going to pick the second card. So the probability of picking a 5 is 1/4. There's 1 5. But I'm not putting that back, and I want to pick a 7. So there's 1 7 out of 3. Oh, I didn't realize you could see my face today. Good morning. 1 12. Yay! Okay, we're going to spin the spinner twice. Spinning the spinner, nothing's going to be different about the second time. So I want to get a number greater than 1. The number greater than 1, there's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 out of 4 of them are greater than 1. And then, like the next event means you're going to multiply. Land on a number greater than 2. So 2 of them are greater than 2. Still 4. It's not like we're taking 1 away. You can multiply across and get 6. Oh my goodness, out of 16, right? You could have simplified during it and gotten 1/2, or you could simplify now. Divide by 2, and you get 3/8. So the answer is 3 out of 8. Oh, but look, they do not want it to be 3 out of 8, right? They want you to write it as a percentage. So I told you to try to memorize your 8s. I know a lot of you haven't, but for the SHSAT you should. So 3 out of 8 as a decimal is 0.375, which means as a percent, it's going to be 37.5%. You can always use your calculator, though, to do 3 divided by 8, or just turn it into a percent. Hopefully that's right. It seems a little tricky for the beginner. Oh, well done. Thank you. I know. Eraser. Okay. I got to get better at this. What is the probability of rolling a number greater than 3? So a regular number cube, number greater than 3. That's a 4, 5, or 6. That's 3 out of 6. Then rolling a number less than 4. So less than 4 to 3, 2, or 1. Which is 3 out of 6. It's probably easiest to make them both a half, right? And 1/4, and you should know 1/4 is 25%, a quarter. Super, yay, thank you. All right. You pick a card at random. Without putting the first card back, you pick a second card. So we're not going to put it back. Probability of picking a 7, 1/3, and then picking an, so we're not going to put it back though. Be careful. And then picking a number greater than 6. So I want to pick a 7, right? But I'm not going to put that 7 back. Now, I want to pick a number greater than 6. Is there anything greater than 6 left? It's like Dora the Explorer. No, good job. There's 0. There's 0 numbers out of 2, but it could be 0 out of a billion, because as soon as it's a 0 chance, I know it's going to be 0% chance. It's impossible. 0. Yay, I like that one. It's a little early for me to be doing this. Let's see. What is the probability of tails and then tails? So again, tails is a half, and then even if you got it or you didn't get it or you think you're good at it, the probability, the theoretical probability, is always a half. So doing it twice is always a 1/4. Percent? No. Yay! What am I up to? 60. How long? It doesn't tell me how long this is. Sorry. I'm going to keep going. You pick a card at random, you put it back, then you pick another card. Oh, I'm putting it back. You have to read this part up here. So it's independent. Nothing is going to be different. I'm going to pick an odd number and then an odd number again. So it's going to be the same probability both times. So odd is 3 and 5. There's only 2 odd numbers. 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 out of 5. I'm putting it back, so if I pick it, doesn't matter. It's going to be the same probability the second time. 2 out of 5, and that's going to be 4 out of 25. Computers. Yay! All right, you roll a 6-sided dice 2 times. Was about odd. Odds, a half of them are odd. You should know this now. Yeah, 1, 3, 5. And then an even number, so the other half are even. And that's going to be 1 out of 4. Yay! Spin the spinner twice. What's the probability of landing on 6? 1. I don't know why I just said 1. Yeah, there's only 1 6 out of 4. And then landing on an odd number. 2 odds, 5 and 7 out of 4. So you could reduce that, or you could just get, I don't think they're even taking off points for you for not simplifying, which is kind of crazy. 2 out of 16 or 1/8. I don't think it matters which one you write, right? You don't have to simplify. See? Should always simplify though. Is there a next level? Ooh, jumping to the next level. What is the probability of picking a 4 and then a number greater than 5? Look, I didn't read the top part. That's the most important part. I'm not putting it back. Okay. So I'm going to pick a 4. There's 1, 4 out of 5, out of 4 of them. not putting it back. So now there's only 3 left. And I want to pick a number greater than 5. So that gives me 2 choices, greater than 5. Two over 12. Oh, it's Teacher Appreciation Week. How beautiful. You could reduce that to 1/6. I just want to make sure you won't get it wrong if you reduce it, right? That would be weird. Okay. All right. What's the probability of getting tails and then heads? This is the same problem we keep getting. It's always a half times a half is a fourth. See, it's just forcing you to keep practicing. I think there's one of those on the test. What is the probability of landing on an odd number and then a number greater than 4? Odd, 1, 2 of them are odd. And then a number greater than 4. 2 of them are greater than 4. It's just a half times a half again. Or you could go slow and do it this way. Ooh. They want it as a percent though. So this time it's gonna want to reduce it. I mean, you could have your 16s memorized, but that would be weird, right? Because it's a lot easier for you to realize that this is 1/4. Sorry, I'm checking my text messages. And 1/4 is obviously a lot. You should know that that's a quarter and 25%. All right, you pick a card at random. I'm not going to put it back. I'm going to pick a second card at random. What is the probability? So you have to read it without putting it back. Okay, what is the probability of picking an odd number and then picking an even number? Odds. There are 2 odds, so 1/2 of them. I'm going to reduce in the beginning because it's easier for me. And then picking I'm not putting it back. So it doesn't matter which one I pick. I want to pick either one of the odd numbers. And then I want to get an even number. So there's 2 even numbers left out of 3. Remember, if I don't put it back, the total is different. And that is 2 out of 6. This was always the hardest for me when I was learning probability, but 99% of it was because I didn't read carefully if you were putting it back or not putting it back. Flipping a coin twice, oh my lord, 1/2, right? Times 1/2. We keep doing the same problem. 25%. Right? 1/4, 25%. Yeah. Okay. Rolling an odd number. Odd is a half of them. And then rolling a 2. There's only 1 2 out of 6. And that is 1/8. Okay? Right here as a fraction or a whole number. What I told you, look, I was distracted. What did I do wrong? Oh, I multiplied 2 times 6 and I added it. Oh my goodness, how sad. I won't delete it. So I literally was just telling you how I make mistakes. And then in my head, I was thinking about all the times I've made dumb mistakes. And then I purposely made a dumb mistake for you because this is what you guys do all the time. And look, now I'm back to 90. I should probably end the video because you're probably not watching at this point. But again, without putting it back. All right, we're going to pick an even number and then pick an odd number. Oh boy, even. 1, 2, 3, 4. So half of them are even. I'm not putting it back. So let's say get this card. And I want to get an odd number. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try to be very careful now. Out of 7. Let's multiply correctly, please. Oh, I can't do this. I'm too tired. 4 out of 14. Uh-oh. Now I have to write it as a percent. Double check my math before I make a silly mistake. Right? Am I doing this wrong? I'm not even going to double check it. That's how tired I am. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 8. Yeah, all right. Let's say 4 out of 14 comes to this. This is why I feel like I'm doing it wrong, but I'm just gonna let you watch. I'm sure you missed this. All right, but I want to round it to the nearest tenth. So first we'll make it a decimal. It's gonna be 28.57, right? 1.4% But we want to round to the nearest tenth, which means I got to look at this number. It's gonna be 0.6. Seems really wild. This seems very wild. 28.6. Huh, brilliant. Look at that. All right, I feel better about myself. Yeah, this is going to be annoying for you. Oh, no, this one's better. What's the probability of picking a 5? See, I told you I didn't read. I'm not going to put it back. That makes the biggest difference. Because first of all, if I pick a 5, it's 1 out of 3. And then if I do not put it back, that means there's no 5 left. So therefore, I cannot pick another 5. That means 0 out of 2. But it doesn't matter. As soon as I know I can't do it, it's a 0%. It's like guessing myself now. What is the probability of landing on an 8 and then landing on an even number? Oh, okay, 8. I see 1 8 out of 8. I'm going to have to do times even number. 1, 2, 3, 4. So half of them are even. Don't guess. I've seen on the SAT where like they leave out a number or they skip a number so that if it's like probability of an even number, you just do a half, but it's really not. Be careful. What did I just say? So yeah, half of them are even. I hope. 1 out of 16. What? And then I have to make this a percent. I'm going to use my calculator on my phone. I should have known that one. Okay, so 1/16. Oh boy, look, I wrote it wrong. Okay, which means it's a very tiny percentage. 6.25%. But again, this is where Miss Gillen makes her mistakes. Read 10th. I told you I got a 98 on a Regents once because I didn't round. It was very sad. Round to the 10th, which means this number. So I'm looking at this and I'm going to round it up. I feel like this is wrong. This makes me nervous. I can't keep going. Should I go? You pick a card, put it back. So nothing's different. I want to pick a 1, 1/4, and then pick a number greater than 1. There's still 4 because I put back my original card. And there's 3 that are greater than 1. So it's 3 out of 16. Oh! This is when you guys get all frustrated. See, I feel your pain. But that's my fault. I'm at an 88. I don't know how long this video is. It doesn't tell me. All right. Pick a card at random without putting it back, so it's going to be different. I want to pick a 5. There's 1 5 out of 1, 4, 5, 7. And then I want to pick a factor of 60. There's like 3 of you who already got 100 on this. Very good, guys. Give you credit. All right, picking a factor of 60. Yes, yes, yes. 4 times 15 is 60. 5 times 12 is 60. 6 times 10 is 60. No, no. Okay. Hold on. First of all, look, I might have made a mistake. I need to finish my coffee. Okay. I want to pick a 5, and I'm not putting it back. So that means This 5 is no longer part of the pile. You're not going to fool me. So even though I want to pick a factor of 60, I am not including the 5 because that is not in the pile. So there are 6 left. And 2 is a factor of 60, 3 is a factor of 60, 4 is, and 6 is. Please be right. Oh man. I used to always get 7 times 6 wrong too. Oh, thank you. Okay, what is the probability of rolling a prime number? Remember, this is like always SAT loves to throw in prime because they're testing you on 2 things at once. Prime numbers are 2. Don't forget 2 is the only even prime number. 2, 3 is prime, 5 is prime. So on the dice, it's a half of them are prime. And then an even number is half. Oh, thank goodness. And then it's 1/4. And I could do that as a percent, nice and easy. I'm going to keep going just because we at 91. What time is it? 7:30. This is why I get nothing. You spin the spinner twice. What is the probability of landing on a number less than 4? Was 1 out of 3. And then landing on a 5. 1 out of 3. Multiply. 1 out of 9. Yeah. All right, we can do this. But if I don't, I'm not going to. I hope this shows you how you better be writing it down. Don't try to do everything in your head. That's when it gets really, you just make mistake after mistake. You pick a card at random. I'm not going to put it back. Do not forget to read up here because that makes the biggest difference in the problem. If I don't put it back, I have 1 less number. So I want to pick an even number. There are 1, 2, 3 evens out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 out of 6. But I'm not putting the first card back. So I'm going to get rid of one of my even numbers. Yeah, you're gone. And now I want to pick an even number. So there are only 5 cards left. And there's only 2 even numbers left. Remember, because I picked one of the even numbers already. You should really reduce. I don't know why I'm not reducing any of these. Thank you. What is the probability of landing on a divisor of 48? So the number has to go into 48. And then a factor of 4. This is the same. Divisor is a factor. I don't know why they wrote it like that. So a number that goes into 48. 7 does. I don't know what I'm writing it. 7. 4 does. 4 times 12. 6 times 8 is 48. Oh, I'm double checking everything right now. This is pretty pathetic. Yep, it is. And 5 does not go into 48. So 3 out of 4 are divisors of 48. And then a factor of 4. Not a multiple, yeah, factor of 4. Only one of them. 4 is a factor of 4. It's a weird problem. But this is why I wanted you to practice all that stuff. 3 out of 16. What did I do wrong? I wasn't paying attention clearly. Oh my God, 7 doesn't go into 48. What is wrong with me? 7 times 6 is 42. Guys, I need to wake up. I wrote 7. That's just because I was writing all the numbers out and then I counted it. I don't know why I included it. I'm so sorry. This is so sad. Should I delete that? so you don't see it. Nah, you're used to me making mistakes. I told you, the smartest people make mistakes. We gotta pay attention. What time is it now? 7:38. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I have to stop at 5 minutes to do attendance from last week. All right, I'm not gonna put the card back. Maybe I should just do it all like a normal person on paper. I'm not gonna put it back. What's about picking an odd number and then picking an even number? An odd number is 1, 2, 3. Add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's Star Wars Day. See, I have to do all the social media stuff. Okay. Picking an odd numbers. There's 3 out of 6 of them, and then I'm not going to put it back. Remember, go back and read when you get distracted. So now, let's say I got rid of this card, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards left, and I want an even number. So there's 1, 2, 3 even numbers. So it's 9. I have to make this a percent. What are you guys crazy? Am I doing this wrong again? 9 out of 30. I'm going to use my calculator. 9 out of 30. Oh, I'm so silly. 9 out of 30 reduces so nicely. Well, I didn't. Right? This right here would be like an SHSAT question because somebody who's not having their brain on would be like, 9 out of 30. I can't make that a percent. That's so hard. But if you would have been intelligent from the beginning and reduced it, 3 goes into both of these numbers, right? So it's just 3 tenths. And you should definitely know 3 tenths is 30%. I think I'm losing my mind. Great job. Yeah, right. All right, I'm going to stop at 90 because now Miss Marina needs me to do stuff. Okay. What is the probability of landing on a factor of 50? So the numbers that go into 50 and then a prime number. All right, a factor of 50. Let's not just write all the numbers like a crazy person here. 2, yes. 3, no. 4, no. 5, yes. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. I can't do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? 2 factors of 50. I should really check that right. Prime number. So the prime numbers here is 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 8. Okay, I'm going to reduce. This is 1/4. And this is 1/2. This is 1/8. Okay, and I know 1/8. Well, let's just, because, okay, 1.125. You should know your eighths. So it's 12.5. Oh, 0.5. I want to see if it gets any harder. Nope. Okay, so that's really as hard as it gets. You really have to pay attention, clearly, if you've looked at me at all. But you could do this. I do want you to try to get to 100 by the end of the week. This is like the hardest it's going to get. That's really it. Let me stop this recording, and I will be available to answer all your questions today. I don't know how to stop the video now.